everyone, I'm Drachona. Let's talk about intersectionality.
Boo, you stink!
Yes, I know, but just hear me out. The absolute base of intersectionality, which is that people can be treated differently based on certain aspects of their being, and that those aspects can be both independent of each other and intersecting, is something that I actually agree with. I agree that a poor white gay man isn't going to have the same experiences as, say, an upper middle class black woman, and that those particular aspects can have an impact on those experiences. And cue the inevitable, however, it is an undeniable fact that those aspects alone don't solely affect one's experiences. You could argue that they don't even have the largest impact on your experiences. For one thing, who you are as a person and the choices you make are far more important and have a much larger effect on how you're perceived by the majority of the population. Aside from that, what if someone doesn't place value on their skin color or on their sexuality or whatever it may be? Even if someone mistreats them because of the way they are, ultimately the individual decides the salience of those experiences. That is, you decide whether or not something bothers you. I've had people threaten to kill me and even joke about killing me online, and since I knew they could never find me and would likely never even try, I just ignored them. It doesn't matter what someone says or does to me, even if they choke me or push me down the stairs, and yes, that's happened, I ultimately decided how to respond to that. This is probably the most important fact that is forgotten by those within the regressive left. People are individuals. They make their own choices and they decide how to internalize what happens to them. Now, again, I do at least agree with the basic idea of intersectionality, and cue the inevitable but, there's one big problem with this. I'm going to repeat the basic idea of intersectionality again. People have multiple aspects of their being which can affect their experiences independently or which can intersect and result in a more unique experience.
No shit!
This is the big revelation of intersectionality. Something that most people figured out in grade school. One of the most defining characteristics of not just the regressive left, but so many people nowadays, is that they oversimplify complex things and overcomplicate simple things. It took you so long to come up with this revelation, and you finally came out and said, hey, life is complex and people are multifaceted, and the rest of the world just went, doy! The only new thing that intersectionality has brought to the table is a discriminating hierarchy that places greater value on what people are than who they are. So when I say that I agree with some part of intersectionality, I'm really just saying that you got one thing right, but it's something you should have already known. It's been almost 3 decades since the term was first coined, and people still treat it like it's some new great theory. At this rate, people might figure out that individual choices matter more than anything else by the time we develop an international space program and have a fleet of frickin' starships. Join me in the next video where I do more to highlight the problems of intersectionality. In the meantime, I'm Drachona, and I'll see you Starside.